Hello, gorgeous people. Happy Friday. How you doing? I was actually writing this out to go into an email to you today. And then I was like, no, this is going to be too long. I just got to put it on my website as an article. And then I was like, no, no, no. Like, we need full facial expressions for this. So it's going to be a video. I have my daughter's performing in a football game today. It's kind of a big deal. So I got my hat on. I am in full Friday catching up mode. I don't take sessions on Mondays and Fridays because Mondays I am domestically catching up, like grocery shopping and shit. And Fridays I am business catching up. So I wanted to tell you a story. So just pretend that you're all gathering around. We all have super comfy chairs and you have a cocktail or a coffee or a mocktail, whatever you love. And we have a fancy charcuterie board or the charcuterie board. I totally want to get one of those. And I'm going to tell you something that I really, really, really want you to hear. Not only hear it, so like if you're listening to me in passing and multitasking, that's cool too. But I want you to not only hear it, but I want you to embrace it and live it in your life because it's that fucking important. Okay. So I realized the other day that I actually share this story a lot with my clients when we're in hair and makeup, but I haven't shared it publicly. And while the story definitely has a female focus, and I feel like people who were raised as females usually have different cultural norms and societal norms that we are expected to uphold, this actually applies to all humans. So if you're a dude watching, listening, whatever, this still applies to you. And that is just part of the crazy world that we live in. Years ago, long time ago, like 18, 19, 20-ish, I was the girl that would say, ugh, eat a cheeseburger whenever I saw a super thin woman. I'm not proud of it, but it was me for a little bit. And it was especially true around high school and right after. I never teased people. I never said mean things to them because I was teased. I knew how that felt and I didn't want to do that to someone else. But I definitely thought it in my head. Now, I've been a thicker woman, I don't know, since fifth grade, like forever. So I thought that skinny women had it all. They were successful, they were loved, they were happy, they had zero problems just because they were skinny. That was the only defining characteristic that made them wonderful. Excuse me. Because we're always looking at other humans and thinking that they have it so much better, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. That is a quote from Theodore Roosevelt that is so freaking true. And we need to remember that. When I started specializing in boudoir photography in 2009, I had grown up a bit. I had matured, I'm very happy to say, and I didn't have the disgust that I used to have. I didn't feel that type of emotion, but I still thought in the back of my head that skinny women don't have any problems. They don't think awful thoughts about their bodies. They don't spend their brain power on hating their bellies or their thighs. And they're clearly so much better off because of it, right? They have it so much easier than I do. It's so easy for skinny women. If you're skinny, like life is simple. Yikes. I know. But listen, okay, this is just the beginning. Side note, do you ever like look back on yourself with like a little bit of contempt, like what the fuck was I thinking? And a little bit of pride, like, damn, I've really grown. That's where I'm at. So back to the story. I had a client that came in. It was around, I'd say 2015, 2014-ish. And she changed all of that for me. It was like a giant brick upside the head. And it's so funny because right after she came in, I had several women that came in that were really thin that really changed this mindset for me and really affected me greatly. Now, sorry. um, to be clear, she has given me permission to share this story because you all know how careful I am when it comes to sharing stories that aren't mine. My clients share things with me that affect me deeply, and all of these stories really color what I do, my why, and the things that I believe. So this woman, I'm gonna call her Cami. Okay, Cami came in and she was a size 00. You guys, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I said, I've been thicker most of my life. I didn't even know that a double zero was an option. I thought zero was the lowest. So I found out from her. Cami told me that she was a double zero and she had double D's, double D chest. She had blonde hair, naturally blonde, thick, beautiful, long blonde hair, a gorgeous face. She was 6 feet tall. She was basically Barbie incarnate. And this was all natural. Okay. She didn't have plastic surgery. She hadn't modified her body in any way. This was all natural. And she was exactly what our culture had told me was beautiful for my entire life. I spent hair and makeup with her, as usual. We talk about family, we talk about life, everything in between. And usually in these conversations, some personal stuff comes up. So sometimes we talk about someone's marriage or relationships or family or past trauma, things that have happened to them, things that they're working on getting past. It's almost like kind of a little bit of a therapy session, although I am not a therapist. I'm not the professional. I do not have accreditations. But in this case, Cami shared with me that she had been bullied and teased when she was younger. Now, at this point, I'm stunned. I mean, remember, in my brain, I have the mindset of skinny women have it easy. Skinny women have everything. It's so easy for them to live their lives. And here was this woman that our culture would say is perfect in every fucking way, telling me that she was teased. And I was shocked. I was stunned. And we're just carrying on our conversation. But when she told me why, I was truly speechless for a second. And anyone who knows me is like, Brooke, speechless. Never. Okay. When she told me why, I'm pretty sure that my eyes bugged out of my head and I had to like pop them back in and like close my mouth and do the whole thing. Like, oh, because I was shocked. She had been teased constantly in high school, and she wasn't very old. So, high school and then afterwards, because her boobs were too big. Y'all, I cannot make this shit up. Okay. How many women look at themselves and go, man, I wish mine were bigger? Or how many people are teased because they don't have boobs? I mean, if you're thin, and that's what the culture says is beautiful, a lot of times you don't have boobs because let's be real. I mean, boobs are lumps of fat. And a lot of people don't have giant lumps of fat on their chest. And it doesn't make them any less of a person. It just means that that's their body and their body is beautiful too. But she was teased because her boobs were too fucking big. I was shocked to hear this. And it was really an eye opening moment for me in realizing that if Cami, this person, this woman who is literally everything that our culture says is gorgeous, she had checked every box: hair, skin, nails, boobs, waist, legs, height, everything. She checked all the boxes and she still wasn't good enough. And that is bullshit. Why bother? This was like eye opening for me. And I'm not saying that I don't have my own body stuff too, because I do, and I'm working on it every day. And I just filmed a video today that made me really nervous. But this person was what our culture and our country, our society, our world tells women that we should aspire to be. And once we get there, everything will be great and we won't have any problems and we won't have any concerns. And all the men will love us, which is like the ultimate goal for being a female, right? Oh man, that's what we want. That's our value. And it's bullshit. All of it is fucking bullshit. There will always be someone who thinks you look ridiculous. There will always be someone who is teasing you for something on your body. Now, when it comes to weight, of course, there are people that stand out more because they literally are bigger and they take up space, myself included. And that's an easy target. I was an easy target. And I have been. I'm still an easy target. I still get trolls. Okay, but this person, Cami, had tears in her eyes telling me that she was teased, that she still wasn't good enough. Why bother? Why are we spending our brain power on trying to match someone else's expectations? Why are we constantly thinking about what we can do to change ourselves? And usually That's not internal, that's physical. How we can change our boobs, how we can change our weight, how we need to lose weight or gain weight. And I told you I had clients after that that affected me too. That's because they were super thin. And one of them, with tears in her eyes, looked at me and said, "Thank you for making me not look like a skeleton." Because she was teased for that. What the fuck, y'all? Seriously, like, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? We don't have to live up to anyone else's expectations but our own. We don't have to live up to some sort of fucking checklist, but the ones that we give ourselves. Because guess what? Cami lived up to that physical checklist every fucking box. Seriously. And yet she's still deemed unworthy. This is ridiculous. We have to stop spending this brain power on things that don't matter. How many hours do we waste every year thinking about the things that we don't like about ourselves? How much time and energy do we spend hating ourselves, bashing ourselves, hurting ourselves internally, sometimes externally, because of these messages that we get? And the industry that benefits from this, there's several of them. They are billion-dollar industries. Okay, people aren't making money off of you liking yourself because then you're not going to buy their shit. Sorry, this has turned into more of a rant than it was supposed to be. I just wanted to share a story, but seriously, y'all, I'm telling you right now, Cami came in looking like Barbie, looking like all of the dolls that we played with, all of the Disney princesses that we saw. Everything that we were told is beautiful. And if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, it was much worse because now at least y'all have some like kids with braces in movies. Like at least now you have Moana, who's not like super small waist and huge boobs. Like at least now kids have a little bit. Now it's still there. It's changing though. How many of us have looked at this bastion of beauty, this goal, this like, this is the beautiful woman, this is what we should look like, this is what we should aspire to be, thinking that it would make our lives better, and it doesn't. We all have bullshit that we walk through. Every single person on this planet has things that are hard that they go through. Everyone. And it's very easy for us to look at, some of the celebrities, be like, they have it all because they have money. Now, yes, money does solve a lot of problems, but they still got their own shit. We all do. Every single person on this planet, even the most, quote, culturally beautiful woman, has people attacking her. Why bother? We cannot continue to waste our brain power on this bullshit. We got bigger things in our culture, in our world, in our country, in our own homes. We got bigger things to worry about. It is your responsibility to love yourself. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, think about your daughter. And if you don't have a daughter, think about all the other little girls around you that are watching you. And really, it should just be for yourself. But if you don't want to do it for yourself, think of someone else. It doesn't matter if it's popular. It doesn't matter if it's what everyone else expects you to do. It doesn't matter if that's what your mom told you. Well, my mom told me I was fat. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. Your mom doesn't get to decide your life anymore. If you were an adult, your mother does not get to decide your life anymore. And it's so funny. We have all these ideas of like, well, everyone thinks this. Really? Like, who is everyone? Like, really? Because usually it's just like your mom and Becky from 7th grade. Or in my case, my bully was Carolyn from 7th grade. You guys. And yet we still have these stories in our heads playing because of this person from 7th grade. We are giving our power to other people. And we are so much better than that. Ladies, especially. And this applies to the guys too. I know we have unrealistic body types for dudes too. But ladies, especially, you are so much more powerful than you think you are. And you are giving that power away to other people who have expectations for you that one, you can't possibly meet. And two, why do you fucking want to meet them anyway? Why bother? I love you all. I do. Holidays are filling. October, November, y'all know I close halfway through December because I love my family. And I like to bake and do gingerbread houses and stuff like that. I do want to do an event in December though, so maybe we'll see. I really want to encourage you today. Share this video with someone that you know could use it. If you have a friend that's been beating herself up lately, please share this with her. We all need this. We all need to hear this. And even myself, even when I'm teaching, tomorrow I might wake up and be like, oh, life sucks. And I might need this tomorrow too. We all need it. We all do. So please share this with someone that you think needs it. And if you're ready to book your session, get the hell in here. I want to show you how badass you are. Like, let's put on some freaking gorgeous robes, or hell, let's just take it all off. Either way, you need to come in so that we can have fun together and laugh because, oh my gosh, I have to make a different video about this because my client this week, we were laughing so hard. Okay, long story though. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to save that for another time. So why bother? We are not going to keep letting other people take our power away from us, right? Right. I love you. Book your session. Go to brooksummer.com/contact and we'll talk soon.